I'm Tony with Metalsota, and we're here with VVOLF MASK. That's it.
All right, this has been fun.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
The feeling's definitely there. It's a new morning and a melancholy friend. Final, the old cynicism is gone. We're optimistic to what becomes of it all. We have faith in our leaders. We have faith. They live, we sleep. Like pouring perfume on a pig. What's wrong with having it good? For a change. Now they're gonna let us have it good. If we just help them, they're gonna leave us alone. Let us make some money. They live, we sleep. Like pouring perfume on a pig. So what's the plan? We all sell out every day. Might as well be on the winning team. We can't be the only ones who can see.
All right, guys, how you doing tonight?
Good.
Well,
Excellent. So you recently released the track. Can you tell us about that?
Well, it's called The Old Way with a Sledge. It's from our latest album of the same name, actually. Yes. I had to confirm with Dave to make sure. There's a lot of new song names right now I'm getting used to. Yeah, it's fun. It's heavy. I feel like it's the heaviest stuff we've done. Probably some of the fastest and also some of the slowest. So, a lot of new things for us this time around.
Right on.
Right, Mitch?
correct.
He's really excited about it.
So then I would assume a full-length CD's in the works.
We'll be releasing our 30p on Black Friday.
Okay.
And then sometime in 2020, we'll take all three EPs, put them together, and release them as one cohesive unit. What that exactly means as far as probably a CD, maybe... No, it will definitely be a CD. Maybe a vinyl. Depends on what people want.
That's really expensive to make.
That's what I've heard. That's why I'm not committing to it on film.
Good idea. Isn't there something like only two places that's
I've
still
heard
do
there's
vinyl?
only one left that still presses vinyl, and it is in the Twin Cities. It's at Copycats. Copycats, I believe, is the only factory left that still presses vinyl. I'm sure some of the internet will correct me, but if there's another one, it's only one other one.
Right. Right on. So you guys played a bunch of shows this year.
We did.
Like, where were some of the places you played? How was that?
Part Wolf. We hadn't played there before. We played a lot of firsts this year, actually.
Yeah.
Hollywood Roadhouse for the Cerberus Fest. Thank you, Mitch.
We played Turf Club.
Yep, with Impaler.
I haven't played Turf Club in quite a while.
And I've never played Turf Club until this year.
It's a cool place.
Yeah.
It was fun. A lot of places.
Out of state, I assume. Yeah.
We played one in Iowa, and then one in Mankato at the What's Up Lounge, so it was fun to get back there. Thanks to Mitch for setting all that up. Yeah.
Excellent. Are you guys planning on doing any other videos for the stuff that you got coming out?
Well, we're working with a really creative person right now on a concept for a video that will tie in with the new EP. As far as when that will be released, not sure yet. The holidays are rolling in, so everyone gets extra busy, but
Right.
sooner rather than later if I have it my way.
Right. Do you have can you give us any clue about what it'll be like, what it's about?
Not safe for work.
It's not safe for work. All right. Fair enough. Do you guys have any upcoming shows or any plans to tour at all?
Yes, our next show will be in February with Blackbird Bridge and a few other bands that we're good friends with. The venue on that is still TBD, but looking at Mortimer's or Hexagon, we're really shooting for 7th Street entry, but, to be determined.
Right. I'm not sure how easy it is to get into 7th Street.
I've heard that answer go both ways.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds like it'll be a cool show. I really like Blackbird Bridge.
They're okay.
So, yeah, they're only okay. So what kind of bands influence you guys? Or what are some of your favorite bands?
Trap Them would be primarily responsible for this band.
Okay.
The birth of the band was really Eric and I living together for a brief period, and I wanted to record a song just to get my skill set up on using all my recording tools. And we did a cover of a Trap Them song, and it came down to, I programmed the drums, Eric did the guitar, I played bass, and then it just came to pass that I did vocal. Didn't expect it to be a thing, and they came out so well, Eric demanded that we just make a band, and I'm like, okay.
Yep.
So Trap Them is definitely a big influence.
Is that your only influence?
I'm just going to leave it at that. I figure we
Sure.
could go down the line.
Yeah. I guess for me, it'd probably be Pig Destroyer. Just been listening to them ever since I was like 15, so it's good thrash. Scott Hall's a great guitarist. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't know, the likes of Havoc and Gojira and Municipal Waste. Just whatever, man. It's all good.
Right on. A couple different ones in there. What are you guys' hobbies outside of playing music? 'Cause you guys play a bunch. You have another band, My Zero.
Mm-hmm.
So you're probably pretty busy with both of those. What do you do outside of playing music?
My partner and I do taxidermy together.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. We just
Okay.
started a dermestid colony, which, if you don't know what that is, those
No.
are flesh-eating beetles.
Oh, okay.
So you can take, if it's going to get graphic, who cares?
Well,
You can take a head that's been skinned and put it in the tank, and the beetles will clean and eat all the flesh and the fat, and what you get is a near polished off bone.
Oh, okay.
So, and
That's interesting.
what did surprise us was we casually posted on a social media platform saying, hey, if anybody needs help processing animals, let us know. We might be wanting to take on some projects for other people. And sure enough, a bunch of people started popping up saying, yeah, I've got some heads you can process for me. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess, we might be starting a thing now, just cleaning skulls. All right, sounds great. It's a fantastic way to spend your 30s.
Right. I've heard of people like soaking them in vats of water and stuff and
Yep.
things like that. But
Yes.
I've never heard of that. That's crazy.
That's called macerating.
Okay.
Macerating is through water. That takes about 3 months
Oh, gee.
to process. So, but it's a very easy way to do it. Anyone can take, bones and throw them in water and just let it sit for 3 months. The beetles, if you have a good colony, will clean the skull in 3 days.
Oh, Jesus.
So, stay on my good side.
Disappeared.
That was my thought too. Hobbies besides music?
Yeah, anything.
Geez, I don't know. I'm mainly just a nerd, so I read up on coding and smartphones and which smartphone I'll buy next.
Tech stuff.
Really exciting.
Some people like that stuff. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you, Mitch?
I don't know what I do. I don't know where the time goes. I just stay indoors and avoid people.
Solid plan.
That's a solid plan, actually.
Especially with how crazy it's about to get here
Yeah.
with the holidays and everything. What kind of gear do you guys use?
Wow. Mitch, do you want to start there?
Jesus. I use Tama Star Classic Maple drums, Zildjian cymbals, Axis pedals, Vic Firth sticks. Say that's about it. I think. I don't know. Whatever.
Mesa Boogie, Rectifier, Marshall 4x12, where 2 of the speakers work for now, and some Lone Wolf pedals, and PRS guitars.
Varellin Meat Smoke, Ampeg 8x10, a slew of Lone Wolf pedals, Fuzz Roche's pedals, if it makes noise and sounds disgusting, I have to have it.
Right on.
That's my answer.
So how would you guys describe your style to anybody that doesn't know?
At least for my part, I think of it as a healthy mix of hardcore, thrash, a little bit of grindcore, and then I, every once in a while, try to bring in some death metal, but not too much.
Right on.
I would just call it cinema punk.
No,
That's just what I call it. I just say cinema punk and leave it at that.
Never heard that word. What's...
I just made it up.
Oh,
I just made it up. Well, because of all the samples we use, and I think just the general attitude. I feel like you just say metal, like that's such a broad term now.
yeah.
And then too, once you start getting to subgenres, I think people kind of start to zone out on it, because you sound good or don't you?
Yeah.
I would like to think our music makes people want to punch somebody else in the face. We haven't seen it yet, though.
It's pretty
so
aggressive.
It's pretty aggressive.
All right, so your last album was titled Dickless. Can you guys talk about where you got inspiration from? I know you guys use like sample tracks and things like that. So where do these ideas come from, or how are they based? Are they related to the samples that you pick? Like, how does that work?
It's a combination of things. Dickless was never intended to be the title of the EP, but it ended up being in one of the samples we'd already selected. And when we couldn't think of a name for the EP, I joked at rehearsal, we should just call the EP Dickless. And everybody laughed. And then a week later, I'd made the joke again, and we all laughed. And every time we say Dickless, everybody smiles and laughs. And it's funny, because that wasn't the intent, but it somehow stuck. So we just stuck with Dickless. The sample selection, generally I have an idea of what samples I want to use for a song. Whenever I watch movies now, I'm a very obnoxious person to watch movies with, because I'll like look for stuff and go, hey, is that good? Can we use that? Is that a good one? And I'll write it down. I have a notepad on my phone where I write down minute markers for movies that I think that clip might be usable. Or I'll shoot a video and send it to the guys in our band thread and say, hey, what do you think of this? So usually the sample comes first, but it doesn't necessarily dictate how the song will go, because how do you attribute music to a snappy one-liner?
Right.
So I think the music kind of takes shape on its own after that.
That's a funny sample, too. That's one of my favorites.
That's a great one.
So can we expect kind of the same thing for this new EP, basically?
Yeah. A little bit of seriousness, a little bit of humor, a little bit of badassery. I try to find a mixture with the samples that kind of captures all three. There's not really a rule of we're going to have this many from horror movies and this many from action, but it tends to happen organically that there will always be the serious ones, and then perhaps a funny one goes in there. Dickless was the funny one, and I won't spoil what the one is for the new EP. People will have to wait and find out for themselves.
So do you guys try to tackle any kind of serious issues, or do you just keep it light?
Hell no.
Okay.
No serious issues.
Just whatever comes to mind, basically.
just
Okay.
serious riffs, Tony.
Serious riffs. I'd agree.
Yeah.
There are some serious riffs on there. Okay, so when you guys go to a gig out of state or out of town, like, what's that like? What kind of music do you play? What kind of roadside snacks do you eat? What kind of, I mean, do you kill roadies the whole way, or how does this work?
Well, I guess for myself, I like a lot of prog, like Dream Theater and instrumental stuff, so I listen to that. As far as road snacks, combos, pepperoni pizza, all the way.
Yeah, most of the time I try to avoid metal on the way to shows because there's going to be so much of it. I don't want to listen to that shit all day.
Right.
So I don't know, like Frank Zappa or Lily Allen, whatever. Just anything that's not metal. Alan Jackson, maybe. Yeah, beef jerky, Gatorade, protein bars.
Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, fucking Yoo-hoo.
Wait for Yoo-hoo. Gotta have Yoo-hoo.
Your chocolate flavored water.
Donuts.
Alrighty.
Yeah, like Mitch, I'm in the same boat. I don't listen to anything too heavy on the way to a show unless I need to like wake myself up because I'm nodding off from like a long drive or something
Sure.
like that. But yeah, no, podcasts typically about serial killers or true crime. I find that fascinating, or things about the legal system. I enjoy that. Or just straight up classical music. Just throw on some Mozart and just let it ride.
Dude.
Roadside snacks. Chex Mix Bold. I've been snacking on the road for well over a decade at this point. The Diamond soy wasabi flavored almonds are fantastic. You can get them at any gas station, like $1. And they have a nice tear open slot, so you can just tear it open with your teeth while you're driving and just do this. So you feel like you're not doing something dangerous because you can do this while keeping your eyes on the road.
Right.
Yeah,
Who does the majority of the driving? Or do you all split it up?
we split it up.
Any drives that just really sucked?
Iowa.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Well, just the way back with like the march of deers running across the fucking
yeah.
road.
Yeah, I don't mind driving. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, to Mitch's point, I think the only thing that really worries me with driving is when you're driving at night in the middle of nowhere, in a state like Iowa in particular, because it's just plains and nothing, and there's no lights. So
Right.
very quickly, roadkill can become a problem.
Right.
Which, okay, so pop quiz hot shot, swerve or hit,
Well, what are you driving?
doesn't matter.
No, I'm
Same
saying.
answer.
Well, right. I'm saying like I would probably be more apt to just not swerve and hit it if I was in a truck or something. If I was in like a sedan or something, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, always
We'll
hit.
see.
Always hit. Highway safety tip. Always hit. It's safer.
Right.
And then bring it to Dave's house.
It's safer. And bring it to
Bring
my
Dave's
house
house.
and feed my beetles.
What's a band that you haven't played with locally that you'd like to play with?
Murph. M-U-R-F.
Okay.
Yeah. Never heard of them?
No.
Oh, they're fantastic. They're I'm not even sure how exactly to describe them other than saying that they're a punk band that doesn't really like have this like, oh, we're so cool image. I saw a thing where they played like a Halloween show in a basement and they were all dressed up like crappy Draculas and they all had like blood coming out of their mouths and I was like, that's awesome.
Okay.
I like that. I love seeing a band that likes to have fun and not take themselves too seriously. So
Makes sense.
Murph is my answer.
That's a hard question, but I'm going to go with talking around the question like a politician and say I would love to play with Blackbird Bridge again because they were amazing. Their tone was incredible, and they're all really awesome dudes, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull an Eric on this 'cause I can't think of anybody that we haven't played with. I'd like to play more shows with Impaler. That's a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a very good time with those dudes.
They're all nice dudes too.
Yeah, sweethearts.
Any like outside local, like international or signed bands that you guys like to play with or would like to or have?
I could see us opening for a band like Helmet, but they were just in town.
They were here, right? It wasn't.
They
the
were
Kansas City
here.
thing,
No,
right?
they
Okay.
were at the Varsity Theater.
I was really hoping because
I won tickets to it. I filled out an online thing saying if you want to win, enter this contest. And I was like, oh wow, I can never win these. I should try this, and I won. But then I found out that the guy behind me also won tickets, and then the guy over from us also won tickets. So I think they were trying to unload some tickets that night. But Helmet, most definitely. I think of all the bands, people always like to walk up to you and say, "Oh, I really like your band. You guys sound like X."
Right.
Helmet's the one I think I've heard the most, which I never really saw that or made that comparison, or I wouldn't even say that they've had an influence on the band, but as I've gone back and listened to more of their catalog a lot, it's like I can see why people draw that connection.
Sure.
So I think it'd be a natural fit.
Yeah. I mean, they're a trio, correct? Still? Or
No.
They got two guitar players on.
They have two guitar players.
Okay.
It's a
It's
four-piece.
been a while.
Oh no, it's all right.
I wish I could have gone to that.
You should have gone to that. It was.
I
It was.
missed two concerts.
They played everything that you
Really?
want to hear. Yeah.
Oh.
I actually snagged the set list
Oh, really?
too. Yeah, I was helping the security because some of the crowd was being a bit unruly and trying to crawl on the stage, and I was like, no, don't do it.
Trying to cop a feel.
I know what you want to do. Don't do it, man. It ain't worth it. And they're like, thank you. And I'm like, why aren't you doing this? This is your job.
What about you, Eric?
I mean, yeah, I know I shouldn't have blown on the mic. That was a rookie move. Jeez, Pig Destroyer. I'll be boring and say that. I just really like that band. Rotten Sound. Bands like that.
Municipal Waste. Boom.
That's it.
Boom.
Only one band.
Yep.
Screw the rest of them.
Yep. Fuck the rest.
They can go to hell.
All right. Thanks, guys, for coming in. When can we expect to see you next live?
They'll be in February.
Excellent. When does the EP come out?
Black Friday, trample your friends to get it.
So where can you guys be found? Like the internet? Where? You got web pages? You got Facebook? All that?
We have a Bandcamp.
Okay.
wolfmask.bandcamp.com. VVOLF mask.bandcamp.com, and then on Facebook and Instagram.
You got tracks on there, I'm assuming.
We certainly do.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.
I gave him your name, Franklin. I told him where you live. I even gave him your zip code. He's gonna kill you.